Alright, what's going on, guys? Well, as you saw in the beginning of this video is about how to replace these dinky horns on this Mazda 3. Now, if you're unaware and you don't follow my Instagram, and if you don't, you really should, because I update there way more frequently than I do on YouTube. But anyways, I picked up a Mazda 3 as my new daily driver, and yeah, I never really tested the horn up until I had to the other day. So I was behind this Civic, and the Civic was on his phone at a stoplight, and it turned green. I waited a second, still no response, so I gave the horn a quick tap. And this was the first time I heard the horn, mind you, and it was like comedically quiet. So I waited a few more seconds, then I laid on it for like a second or two, still no response. At this point, now I'm just laying on the horn, and either he's pissed off and just ignoring me, or he can't hear the horn because I can barely hear the horn from the inside. Now, mind you, when you heard the horn in the beginning, it was echoing off of this, so that's why it seemed a little bit louder than normal. But out in the open world with like all the road noise or whatever, you could barely hear it from inside the car. So he just stood there at the light, and finally this truck comes behind me and kind of taps his horn, and then the guy finally looks up and then goes. So that just goes to show you these horns are basically useless. If you have a Mazda 3 or Mazda Speed 3 or whatever, or Mazda in general, probably you know how weak these horns are. So what today is, let me go ahead and show you. So today we are going to be replacing the factory Mazda 3 horns with these Helitone horns. These are pretty big, I guess, in the Subaru communities or whatnot. I had them on my Subaru and I had them on my Civic. So basically, I actually got these on Amazon on sale for like $4. I thought they only came with one, so I ended up ordering two, but lo and behold, each box comes with two. So I got two horns for, well, $5 basically. And then I just went ahead and bought this harness kit. I don't know if I'm going to end up using it, but apparently it makes it direct plug and play. I just got to do it a little bit of wiring depending on the horn. But all of this cost me like less than $20. But the horns itself were the cheapest part, and if you have some spare wires lying around, you basically don't need this, so you could get this done for under $5. So what you're going to want to do first, obviously, I just went ahead and did most of it. There's like 4 screws, Phillips head screwdrivers here and here. These top ones right here were extremely tight, so you have to put a lot of pressure on them to turn them. And then there's a whole bunch of like pot clips throughout the thing. And then 2 10mm bolts where you have to lift this up, and then there's another pop clip that was under there. So then you just got to go ahead and remove that, make sure that the bumper is loose, come over here, turn the wheel, a few more pop tabs on the side of the fender liner. Then inside, I believe it is another Phillips head, or I think an 8mm. If you don't have an 8mm, a Phillips head will work just fine. Then just go ahead and make sure it pop out. Do the same thing for the other side, and then hopefully the bumper will come off. I'm going to try to do it without having to remove all the screws under here because my lift is currently being occupied. I don't feel like jacking it up, but you know what? Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this bumper off. Alright, so I was able to get the bumper off. Unfortunately, I did have to like lay down on the ground and take off a whole bunch of these 8mm little screws or whatever. Same thing holding up the bumper. I don't know why Mazda went with these instead of like 10mm, but what really annoyed me was that it swapped off between like those 8s, the 10s, and a whole bunch of push tabs. Yeah, so it was kind of awkward, but luckily I had a short 8mm socket, so I didn't have to jack it up. And a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, why don't you just jack it up? As I said, my lift is currently being occupied, and my jack and jack stands are currently being occupied, so I had no choice but to do this on the ground. But upon further inspection, yeah, it looks like this car only has one horn, which is probably why it's so quiet, seeing how one horn acts as both the high tone and the low tone. So yeah, replacing that is definitely going to help. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start unplugging this one right here, and then we'll go from there. And then with me having to go on the ground, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, why am I going through so much trouble for a horn, just for a sound? Honestly, it becomes more of a safety issue after that. I mean, if a Civic at a dead stop couldn't hear my horn and he heard the guy behind me horn, imagine if I was on the road doing 60 miles an hour on the highway and somebody was coming over into my lane and they couldn't hear my horn. So if nobody can hear it at a dead stop, there is no way in hell anybody's going to hear this at a rolling 60 miles per hour with the headwind coming at you or whatever it is, all the cars around you. So yeah, this becomes more of a safety issue rather than just how loud my horn is. Alright guys, so installation was extremely straightforward. All you have to do is take that 10mm bolt out that was holding up the factory horn. Go ahead and put the Hello horn there. There was a bolt on this corresponding side, no horn, so all you have to do is just take that out, put the other Hello horn here. I also attached the relay. By the way, the kit, the wire harness comes with the relay, and if you don't buy the kit, the Hello horns themselves come with its own relay. So yes, this is truly all you need are your own wires if you want to do your own wires. If not, this plug and play harness makes it extremely simple. So as I was saying, go ahead and take that 10 bolt out. Go ahead and put the relay behind that. There is a ground wire right here from the relay. Go ahead and put that in between this one and the factory ground. Put that back up. I don't believe that these have a positive or a negative, but I just went ahead and followed the instructions that it came with, and based on the position of the bracket, I just went ahead and put the positive there and the negative there. I did the same thing for this side once I routed the wires through. Then this wire right here, this positive and this ground, you just plug it into your factory horn harness, but mine is only a positive signal, so I could only plug the positive in. So what I did was I took the spade terminal that had the negative side, I made my own terminal, grounded it here so I didn't have to hack up this one, I could just plug it in. I taped them together. I taped them on the inside separately, and then I taped them together to make sure they don't make contact. And yeah, guys, that is it. This plug and play harness is extremely simple for the horn part. Then you take this other wire, route it however you want it. I routed it through right here. Comes out my headlight. Fuse is right here. Went ahead and hooked it up to my positive right there, and that is it, guys. This plug and play harness makes it extremely simple if you guys don't want to mess around with your own wire harness. I will leave links down below on where I got all my connectors and whatnot, but let's go see if they work. So, moment of truth. Oh yes, extremely loud, and that was only me pressing it just for a quick second. Wasn't really laying on it, but I have no doubt in my mind now that nobody will not be able to hear me. Obviously, where they positioned right here, they will be sticking out of the grill right there. So if red isn't your thing, I believe they make yellow ones, but I don't think they're as loud. I could be wrong, but all you have to do is just take a Phillips head, unscrew all of these, take it off, and just spray paint this whatever color you want. Most people are probably going to do it black. I probably should have did it black, but you know what? It's whatever. The Ricer in me loves it red. The Subaru in me loves it red. So that is it, guys. Just go ahead, put your bumper back on with these billion bolts and clips, and you are done. Once again, I will leave links down in the description below on where you can get everything. I'm not sure, depending on when you watch these videos, or if these are still going to be $4. Now remember, 4 for 2, so they're $2 each. Don't buy 2 like I did, and you get 4 unless you really want 4 horns. And then I'll leave links for the plug and play harness, and then if you guys want, I'll leave links down here for all these clips and whatnot that I use to connect them. But yeah, guys, super simple, super quick. The hardest part was the bumper. So until next time, guys, later.